Hi everyone. I did a little bit of traveling this past weekend and I wanted to share this kind of glue book activity for traveling. If you're sitting in a vehicle for long periods of time, I like to find something, kind of mindless a little bit to do while I'm traveling. So we did stay at American Inn, and in the lobby there they had this book. So it's a big, thick American travel directory. And what it is it has like all their locations of, where their hotels are. And it's actually a paper page. So it's, somewhat thickness. It's not really thin, it's not glossy, but there are some glossy pages in the very beginning, that shows, like these first few pages have a little bit of glossiness to it, and then there's pictures. So as soon as I seen this at the front desk, I'm like, okay, here is my travel. It's almost like a Tiana traveler's notebook size, kind of. And I thought, okay, here we go. Here is my travel glue book for the weekend. So I want to just share something with you also on that note. When I travel, I take this, I make up a little travel kit. It's just really simple. It's thin. It doesn't take up any room in the vehicle. Matter of fact, it's thin enough I can like sit, slide it between the console and the seat to keep it out of the way. Or I can keep it in the door slot. But what I do, this is what's in my travel case. I do this every time I travel. So it's just one of these clear pockets, and you can, and it's expandable so that there's quite a bit of storage for it. What I do is I take a couple magazines. So I always gather up my magazines, either that I've thrifted or, from friends and family that save them for me, or my own subscriptions. So I always throw a few in there. My glue stick, and then a pair of scissors, of course, for cutting, fussy cutting. And then I always keep this pocket here. I label it glue booking, and it's basically a whole bunch of types of scraps. It's made up of scrapbooking paper. It's made of tissue paper, wrapping paper, book pages that I've cut out along the way. So like here's some here. This is a book page out of the magazine that I was, looking through, and I loved it because it had all different types of, images here, like fabrics and whatnot. And I just kind of go along and tear out or cut out. And then also, of course, I always keep this stocked with, like I said, scrapbook papers, offcuts, wrapping paper, wallpaper bits, scrapbooking bits, that kind of thing, that I use for my backgrounds. So that's my little kit that I keep with me in the vehicle when I know I'm going on a trip. And this was a 6-hour trip, so I knew I had lots of time to do some work. So then what I do is, this is my glue book for the travel that I did. So I always take one of the magazines after I'm done, of course, looking through it, tearing out any pages or fussy cutting the images that I like. So then I begin to use it as my platform for gluing. So here, I wanted to show you, this is what I'm going to work on. So I'll show you what I've done so far. This is what I did in the vehicle. I'm home now, of course, but this is what I did while I was traveling. So let's take a look at this. So what I did is I went through and I tore out 2 pages. So for instance, so like if I started in the front, which I don't have any on the front, these are my blank pages. So it was like 1 page here, and you can see where I tore out 2 pages, and then this one, flipped it over, tore out 2 pages, flip it over, tore out 2 pages. So that's basically what I did to thin it out. It's still, even though I've filled up almost this whole thing, I'm still not really alligator mouth or anything like that. So it's still really good. All right, so let's take a look at what I did. So this page I haven't done anything with yet, because when I'm all done, I will put a nice cover over the top, and I will probably cover over and then go onto this page. That's why I left this one blank. So here is, now I'm not done. This is just only what I've done in the vehicle while I was traveling. So here's this beautiful magazine page that talks about eyelet lace, and it kind of gives a history on our field note of what eyelet exactly means, and it's kind of neat. I read it and I'm like, oh wow, that's interesting, and I loved the look of this page. You know, it's got these beautiful scissors, and it's got all this material and trims and some vintage book pages, and I'm like, let's start out my book with this page. So I just glued it on there with my glue stick. Oopsie, so I have a piece coming out, but I like using my art glitter glue. It just adheres better, so I definitely go back through and re-glue it. The glue stick that I took with me actually was this Elmer's one, which I'm not fond of at all, but it just happened to be that's what I grabbed for my little kit. Okay, so then I went through, I added all these, this is just little graph paper. This is, again, from the magazine. I'm not done with these pages, but I just wanted to show you. Then here's this little treat bag. It's kind of like a glassine bag that I got at a store. I don't remember if I got a cookie in it or whatever, but so I'm like, why not add it to a page, and then I'll have something fun to stick in here. So I glued that onto the page, and then let me zoom down just a tad bit more. There you go. I just want to make sure you can see the whole book. So then here is, this is from a vintage book page that was in my glue book stash that I had, and here's some scrapbook paper, so I filled this page. Again, I'm not done with these pages. I always just go through first and put all my background down, and then I'll go back and decorate the pages. This one here I thought was so darn cute. It was such a cool thing of these acorns using kisses, and I think Nilla wafer, and then a butterscotch chocolate chip. I just thought it was really cool. It looked yummy, and I just generically tore it right out of the book, and I glued it in my book. Alright, this page is just made of scraps. This is from a magazine page. Matter of fact, I think its advertisement was like a hand lotion, and so I just kind of tore out all around it and put that on there. And again, this is scraps from my travel bag. This page was all scraps from my travel bag. This was all scraps from my travel bag. And then this one is a magazine page here. And then this is a scrap down here. And then I like having a different, you know, all different types of pages. I don't like keeping like my whole book all just butterflies or all just, I like, you know, vintage, children's, everything. So this one is this is just polka dot wrapping paper from my travel bag. And here I'm not finished yet, so I got to find something to go over this. And then this is a piece of wrapping paper that's vintage, and I just thought it was cool. I wanted a bright red page to look at. So we'll come back to that. I'll finish that. This is, again, magazine page. This is from, I believe, Birds in Bloom book. Now, this one is an envelope. So I had some mail with me that I grabbed out of the mailbox in the truck on the way. So I opened my mail, and you know how you always get those envelopes that you send stuff back, or the original envelope has this window. So I'm like, okay, I'm not throwing that away. So this is what I did. I just basically glued this envelope onto the book page, and I just framed the you know, clear part, and I'll stick something in there. I also did put some clear, not clear, but like a vellum paper. It was a piece that I had in my travel pack, and then just glued it on here. So now I have a pocket with a clear window on here, and I just thought this was kind of a nice spread because it's the butterfly and the hummingbird. All right, and then on this side, here we go, is a map page out of the map book that I have. And then here's just 2 strips of kind of scenery from a magazine. And then this was an advertisement in a magazine. I don't remember what it was, but I just thought it was kind of cool and fashionable. Here's some wrapping paper. It was said Happy Mother's Day on it, but I didn't care. I just loved the color. It matched her dress. And then, of course, it was kind of like a fashion-y type picture. So I did, on this side, some polka dot. These are kind of like a raised polka dot paper. Now, I'm not done with this either. And so I just folded it over the edge, and I have this page to decorate yet. This is a book page on different types of herbs, and I thought that was really cool. So I basically just took the page, glued it on, and folded it over. So I have 2 sides there. This one is part of a book page. It was, or magazine page again. It was Shades of Pink or something like that. So this is just 2 pieces of collaged paper that was in my travel pack. Of course, I haven't done anything here. All these pages are blank yet. This one wasn't the other book page, or not book page, magazine page from, with the different shapes of, I think it's, yeah, these are wallpaper samples that I talked about in this magazine. So I put that on there. It was really cool. I can't wait to figure out what I'm going to do with that. And then the last page is index, which I'll cover that. But then in this book, which I thought was really cool, is 3 pages of notes. So then I can jot down my trip, the trip that we took, what we did, what we saw, you know, everything about it. So then there was 3 pages of notes, which is really cool. I love that. And then this last page, of course, will be tied in with whatever I decide to do the cover with. We'll probably fold over. So there we go. I just made a little travel glue book while I was traveling. So I just thought I'd share that with you. Keep that in mind. Maybe when you're traveling, keep a little packet with you. Keep it in your vehicle, or, you know, make it up before you leave. And then maybe during your travels, if you find like a book like this, like I did at the hotel, grab it and then start making your travel glue book. So I will finish this glue book up while I'm here at home. And matter of fact, I'm going to finish this up here. We can do it right now on camera. So I have a couple more magazine pages. Here's some blue flowers that I cut out. And then this magazine always has this kind of inspirational message. So, and it was kind of a 4th of July book magazine. It was an older one. So I thought I would tear it out and put it on here. So I think I will just do this. I will put it here and then put this message maybe on the outside. So maybe I'll do here, and then this message will be more on the outside. So I'm going to tear this. Now that's one thing, you don't have to have a ruler with you. I just usually hand tear, but since I'm here, you know, in my craft room, I'm just going to use my ruler. And then I think the space goes down, so I'll be missing this bottom flower off, but I'll probably just use it. So all right, so let's glue this in, but I want this on top. So maybe I'll use this flower behind it, or maybe I'll use it this way, like this, to cover up the words, and then I'll use this flower to peek out underneath here, kind of just throw him behind. So that's what I'll do. So I'm going to pull this out, flip that over, and then I'm going to take my glue stick and just glue him on. And I'm going to use that right down to the bottom of the page. there. Okay, and then this one, I think I might, oh, my fingers are sticky. This glue, I tell you, is really high viscosity, and I just love it. It's really fun. So, let me grab, I'm just going to kind of use my, just a fun edge paper here, but otherwise I would just tear it. So then let's glue this down. Okay. And I think I wanted it just peeking out like that. Okay. And then let's glue this one down. It's so much fun when you're traveling, especially if you're traveling like on a highway or a freeway and there's not much pleasant things to look at. So that's why I'm always like looking at magazines, or I can't sit in the vehicle with nothing to do. So and I'm not always wanting to be on my phone either. So that's why I made up that little travel pack, and I can play while we're traveling. So I think I have all my backgrounds now. So I've covered, so basically I'm covering my pages with the magazines and items. So I have a few more pages back here to do. So I have to cover this up down here because it says American Inn. And it just may be as simple as, just something like that. Or I can even use washi tape also. So that can be fun too. But I don't take washi tape usually on my trip, so keep that in mind. I have this piece down here, because again, I don't like that. I want to keep it kind of in the colors. So here we go. This will be fine. Let's just do that, and then I'm just going to make it shorter, and then I'll show you what I do. I end up just cutting it off the edge of the paper. So let's put this down here. Okay. And I could very well just fold it over. Maybe I will do that on this one, since I had glue to the edge. So there. And I always just make sure I crease my interior crack here really good, just so that it stays when you're moving the book. Okay, so now I covered that up. So now we need to find something to cover this page. Now, so for me, when I have a book or journal, or even though this is a glue book, I like having the whole page, kind of so it's matching or goes together, if you will. Like this is flowers, and this is kind of just all vintage type stuff. This all goes together. That all goes together. I made that all together, matching color or whatever. And so this all matches. So this here is herbs. So what I'll do is I will try to find something that goes there. And I kind of liked this here. It has strawberries, and it's from a magazine that I found. Oops, sorry. Yeah, I don't remember, but I just thought it was really cool. So I may put that over here somewhere because we are approaching Easter. and this has got an Easter bunny on it. So I just may put that on there, but I have to find something for the top because I don't know what I would want for the top first. So I am looking through, and you know I have this plain yellow paper. It's just kind of like a, I don't know where it came from. It's kind of like a wrapping paper, but it's yellow. So maybe I will put this there, and then I'll have something to go up there. You can see through it a little bit, but that's fine. I really don't care about that. So let's do a little bit rougher edge around there. Okay, just kind of tear off some of this stuff. I like that strawberry, but okay, so let's take my glue and just kind of go over the whole page since we're gluing all of it. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing this. As soon as I saw that at the hotel lobby, I knew for sure that's exactly what I was going to use it for. So, and then I'm just gonna tear this off since it's a roll, and I'll cut it in a little bit here. So then I want to put on this one, but I have to add some glue about up to here. So let's add some glue there. You know, and this is just, it's just have fun. It's, you know, there's no rules, no nothing. It's just enjoy something that, you know, you like doing. So then I just go back and cut off the extra. Now for sure you can let your stuff all hang off the edges if you want, but I just kind of wanted to be all square on my edges. So there is that one. Got my background on that one. So I will find more stuff to put there. So it almost looks like the rabbit is looking at the herbs to eat. Okay, so we have that one, and then so forth, and then you just keep going. So I'm not really ready to do all these other pages yet. I have some other stuff I need to get done here at home, so I will pop back on the video and show you, you know, my completed travel glue book, and we'll see what it looks like all finished. And then I'm just kind of trimming up the edges here of what I just glued in. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I do this, you know, whenever I travel. A lot of times I finish the whole thing, you know, when I'm traveling, but this was just a short weekend. This was kind of like a turn and burn, you know. It was a one day drive over, one day the next day back. So so I didn't get it all finished, but I'm going to finish it now so that it's fresh on my mind, and they're just so much fun. You know, it's just, so I just thought I'd share this idea, and maybe if you do some traveling, or if you have a cabin and you're going north or something like that, it's something great to take with you and do some glue booking. Okay, I turned off the camera. I finished my travel glue book, and so now I can show you a final flip through of the book. So let me zoom back out a little bit. All right, so here is my finished travel glue book. All right, let's take a look. So like I said, I needed to find some cover. So I found this cover in this book here. Let me grab it. So this book page here, so take out these words I added, but this book page here with this vintage car, and then this here is an entire book page. I got it out of the Reminisce Family Road Trips book. This book is so cool. It is filled with vintage photos and, you know, all different kinds of, I mean, look at this. Isn't this super? Just love it. So this book is great. This is where I found my inspiration for the cover. So I I took out one of those pages, excuse me, and I loved this saying here on this page that's with it. This is part of the page. It says, to travel, hopefully, is a better thing than to arrive. So I loved that. So I wrapped it around, kind of went maybe halfway. Then I found another page in this book, and it was all about, you know, traveling. And this is a little advertisement that was for Howard Johnson's, and I thought it was really cool. It would have been really cool if I found something American Inn, but I don't know if American Inn has been around that long. But anyways, this I just tore out of the book, just really generically, and it looks like it's part of this whole thing cohesively. And then, but this is one whole page here. And then this is Union Pacific, kind of a vintage, like, page advertisement. So it says 1950 here, and then I'm not sure what this was. So this is how I did that. And I took this page here, and I went just to the edge and cut it off. And this side, was it this side I cut it off too? Nope. So this side, yep, so that's how I did it. This is one piece, and I cut it off. I was going to wrap it around, but I didn't. And then this one. So then I just took some words, again, out of this book. It said road tripping. So this is what it was. It was a road trip. All right, so let's take a look. So here we go. This is the first page. And in this book, again, here was a book. One of the pages showed Curbside Cafe. And I cut this out, and I was really inspired by it, because this is what we used to do when we were younger. When my mom and dad and us kids were on a road trip, we would always pack our cooler, and we would stop along, you know, your, what do they call them, waysides or rest areas, or whatever, and pull up and have a picnic. So I just really felt connected to this book page. Curbside Cafe, I thought was pretty cool. So this is one entire book page that I put on this front inside cover. And then this is just a rose, gold embossed rose out of a greeting card. And I just thought it was really cool, just kind of a, you know, I don't know, I just liked it. I put it in here. It's, you know, it's my book, so I just thought that would be really beautiful there, and I put it there. And I didn't really want to do too much else here, because it's the beginning of the book. And then, of course, I went over this page earlier in the video. I really didn't do anything on this because I didn't want to cover up. It's already kind of like a collaged, you know, eyelet lace. So I left that page just how it is because I really like it. Okay, next page. Then this page here, I added some checkered fabric pieces out of a magazine. And then I put these words, be you. And then this is that little, like a glassine bag that a cookie or a treat came in. And then I saved a wrapper of a lint truffle that I had. And then this is just the card that I made. It's just a blank card that I fit into here, and I will journal on that. you know, about the trip. Okay, and then the next page. So this, again, I said in the beginning, was part of my travel kit. I had a book page it is actually from, I think it's called Work Basket, this book pages. And it's kind of more like a pamphlet. Matter of fact, I'll grab it for you so you can see it. Right here. It is one of these. It's a page from one of these called the Work Basket At Home Arts Magazine. So they do consider it a magazine. It's just a little one, but look at the fun things in these books. And there's lots of like really old vintage ads. There are colored ones, pages. So these are really fun, you know, to have in your arsenal. So anyways, so that is from one of those. And then I just really felt this was like a vintage, you know, a vintage homemade page. So what I did, on this page was already one of those decks of cards. If you can see it there, it's kind of an old vintage deck of cards. And then this is some type of a game box or something here. So what I did is I carried out this, you know, vintage theme, and I added this fussy cut old record player. And then this stuff is the same as this. This was in a different magazine, so I cut that out. And then here's some dice that I cut out, and then there's just some collaging behind it. All right, then on this page, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, I just liked how these little acorns are. So I put a cup of tea here to go along with these cookies. And then here is a lemon, I think, bundt cake. So I just fussy cut that out, put it in there, and then I put Finger Lickin' Good. So I liked that page. That one's finished. Okay, so then for this page, I kind of liked this vintage hanging light, so I just hung it here from the top of the page, and it's down here on this girl. Now, this girl here, she is exercising basically and showing how to stretch. It was just something in a magazine. So then I cut it out, and it was like an opening, and I'm like, what can I put in the opening? And I thought, oh yeah, one of my wrappers from the Dove candies. So it says April showers bring May flowers. I just thought that was really cool. You know, spring is coming. So I put that on there. And then this was the pink flowers in the background here. So then out of, I think it was another one of these books, or it was a larger magazine, had kind of these vintage sewing, how to sew these clothes and put these, you know, appliques on. So I just thought that was really cool. It was a pink pair of, I think these are pants or a skirt, you know, and a jean purse and stuff. Remember when those were popular? So I just thought that was really cute. I like that page. Then this page was really neat. It just started coming together to me. So, whoops, sorry. So here is just a cutout of some artwork on a page. It was just a picture, you know, a painting. And then this is Judy Garland, and she's dancing and stuff. So this was kind of neat. I put that on there. And here's this picture over top. And then here is a grandpa and granddaughter, shows the vintage truck, and they are playing, oh, what do you call it when you throw the sandbags? Game, yard, well, they call it lots of different things, but anyways, so I just thought that was a really cute picture. And then I fussy cut out this old vintage lawn chair, because I just kind of thought it kind of all went together. And then I put All Things Are Possible here. That's just a cutout. So I thought that page was really cool. I really like that. All right. Then on this page, I had a magazine that had all of these towels, vintage towels, like when you visit different states, like this says Maryland, California, Florida, New York or New Jersey, I think is back here. Here's Maine. I just thought they were really cool. So I put some license plates up here. This is kind of like a baby bluish page. And I added these stickers here that kind of showed some like tickets. These are kind of a tickets. I don't know if this is focusing. There we go. It's kind of like a ticket stickers. And then here is a beautiful lamp that's blue. And then here's some candles. And then this is a little pocket. I don't have anything for the pocket yet, but I'll be able to, you know, tuck something in there. So there's that page. Next page was the butterflies. It talked about the different species of butterflies. I just added a couple here that I fussy cut out. And then I also added this woodpecker here on this flower. And I left the page just as it is. I love my nature. Okay, now we are to this bright page. So here on video, I already showed you, I put this inspirational page here. Here is a flower, and then this is vintage wrapping paper as well as this. So then I ran into this little metal tag that says, I love you. And so I put it so it looks like it's hanging from his fishing pole. I just thought that was really cute as a little metal piece. And then this here is like a vintage game piece out of cardboard. So I glued it on, made a pocket, and then it's like a fire truck. So I found these dynamite, so I just thought it was kind of cool just to stick in there, and it was red. All right, next page. Okay, now this spread here, this is an envelope, which I explained, and then I just put in this flower card here, and I will put something over the back of that so I can write on it, and then I just tucked it in there in the little window. Now this side is really cool, so I made this kind of interactive. So this is some blueberries with some green, and I fussy cut it all out, so I kind of made it like kind of two-dimensional or twofold. So then you open it up and it reveals the hummingbird behind it. So I just thought that was really cute, really neat, really pretty, and something different. All right, so that was that page. Yep. Okay, so now this page, what I did is I found this in a AAA magazine, actually. It shows a girl pumping gas, and I just thought that was so appropriate for going onto the map page. And then I added this word road trip, which I believe came out of this book too. And that's all I wanted on there. I just thought it was really cool, and it fit perfectly on the edge of the page. All right, then this one, again, how I said it was kind of more of a fashion-y page. And this was the wrapping paper, and then this is the book page. I just chose not to do anything else here, but I did take this shirt that was really pretty, and then a chandelier hanging from this, like the ceiling of this page. So that's all I did on that page. I left it just like that. Okay, and then on this page, it's kind of my garden page. So it says rise and shine on and on and on and on. And here's this bunny rabbit. It's looking at all this yummy herbs. And then these are, I fussy cut out, those are like the old dials, like on your hose or faucet, you know, outdoor faucet. So I thought those were cool. I added those there. Okay, this one, and again, this is a book page that went from here, and I folded it over onto this one. This one here was Shades of Pink, I think, was a magazine page. I just thought it was really dainty and pretty, so I just had this little girl's dress cut out, and it's pink and it's lacy, and I just thought it was just really pretty just to stick here in this spot, and that's really all I wanted to do on that page. Okay, and then on this page, this was my food page. So this was old vintage recipe book page. This is some pancakes that was just cut out of a magazine. And then this was just in my arsenal. I had just the spotlight. So I don't know, I was just you think of the heat lamps at the restaurants, when they're up there. So I just had that showing on the food. And then this is a box this is one of the boxes from the Old Fashioned Chocolate Eclair pie. That's one of those like little individual pies that you get like at the grocery store. So, or at the gas station, whatever. And so this, I put that on there. And then in here, in the little window, I just made a little card that showed some cake that you could see through the window. And just blank on the back. I haven't journaled anything. And so then that just slides right in there. All right. So I made that as a pocket. And then this one here, I chose to have deer because on our trip, we were always having deer cross the road in front of us. So I did find this in my stash for a bunch of deer. So I just took some birds. Here's a fussy cut bird nest in the corner. And then down here is some pheasants. We've seen pheasants crossing the road also. And then here's one of my favorite birds, the chickadee. So I just kind of put him on the page with collage. So that's that page. This page here also is, it was definitely lots of snow up there. So we always seen lots and lots and lots of snowmobilers on the trails. So this is a fussy cut out book page. It says True North, Magic of the Northwoods, and it's got a snowmobiler here. So this is fussy cut out, just this part here. This woods here is book pages, or I mean magazine pages that I cut out. This came out of one of the books, when you're traveling and you're at the gas station and you see like your travel information magazines, grab them by all means, because there's so much stuff in there that you can use. So that's what that was. And then I put some woodpeckers here on the trees just to collage it, and I thought that was really pretty. All right, next page. This is kind of my girly page. So out of the magazine was all of these like wallpaper samples. So I had, these are all just magazines. This is a lady here. This is a magazine lady here. This was from home here in my stash. And then this is some sticker lace. And then this is a vintage book page. Excuse me. And then here is a pair of lips with lipstick. And then this is a kind of a vintage handwriting piece of paper. So that's how I did that one. So I just kind of made it a girly page. And then on this page here, I just kind of like, now to me, like this is too much collaging. This is too busy for me. But I left it just the way it is because I created it. But I am more of a plain person, as you can tell by, all these other pages. But to me, this is too busy, but I left it, of course. So these are in this one magazine that I have. I think it's called First, Women's First. They always have like these cartoonish, like little segments on the pages about whatever they're talking about. So I always cut them out. This one, she's thinking of something. Here, this one's sleeping. Wishes we did sleep in a hotel. I did journal. This is just a girl. Well, actually, it looks like a swimming pool. There was a swimming pool at the hotel, and it was too busy, though, for us to go down there. This one here on this side is she's relaxing, having chocolate. So it's just kind of funny because this girl is holding chocolate. And then this girl, she's been shopping, and she's eating chocolate. So I thought, well, okay, I got to have a chocolate wrapper. So here is Hug the Sunlight, a Dove one. So I put that on there. And then underneath this is a napkin that I put on there. And then, this page. So these are the 3 writing pages where I can journal about the trip. So this is what I did. This page here is a napkin. So all I did is I took my glue stick and I put glue on the page. And then I just put my piece of napkin down and pressed it down. And then now it's all nice and dry and I can write on top of this. This page here is the same thing, but this is kind of like a thin, really thin, like a vellum paper. And I'll show you because I got it in a haul. Okay, it's this roll here. So it's vellum tracing paper, ideal to use with magic patterns. So that's what it was made for, is patterns, but it's really thin. So it's a really thin vellum, not the kind of scrap paper vellum that we get in the store. And I love collaging with this, and you can write on it. But this is real vintage, 1976. So I just took some glue and whoops. So I took some glue, same way, and actually I kind of missed some spots here with my glue stick. I wasn't quite all the way down, but I got some little bubbles there, which is, it's fine with me. So I can still write on here. And it kind of gives it the blue dots in the background, but I can still see my lines for my notes. And then I just put some flowers down here, just so that the page kind of went together. And then on this page, this is a pattern, what do you call it? The pattern tissue paper. So I just collaged some of that on there, and I just thought this was kind of, you know, vintage gold color. And I saw this in my stash of this crow that has these gold leaves and stuff. So I put this on the bottom of my page. And then for the back page, this is another page from this Reminisce book. And it says, not all those who wander are lost. So I really like that. And here's this little boy. This is a Bank of America. It says, whenever you leave home, carry money only you can spend. Bank of America traveler's checks. Loss proof, theft proof, cashed only by your signature, sold at banks everywhere. So I just thought this was really cool. I love this book page. Then it has a writing up here, but this one here, this part, is fussy cut out of a different page in that book. So I just liked this picture here, but I wanted to fill the whole page and then put this on. So loved that. So not all those who wander are lost. And that is kind of my end, the end of my book. So I wanted to show you a tip of how I made, because these pages, let me show you, are really glossy. You know, these pages are glossy. You can see them, how glossy they are, even though they are, you know, vintage photos. They do have a gloss. So what I did, really, really simple. And let me grab it. All I did after I glued it on, all I did was take my emery board, and all I did was scuff it up a little. Just really faintly scuffed it up, just to give it, you know, see? To give it that scuffed up look of a little bit of aging on it. That's all I did. It was really no more than probably 30 seconds of scuffing it in the different areas, and I scuffed the spine, you know. And then this is all scuffing just to make it look old. So you can see where I did that. Really simple. That's all I did. So now it's not as glossy, and it really looks like it's worn. So that is my finished travel glue book. It was so much fun, but now I have to get busy and write my thoughts down before too much time goes away and I can't, you know, forget things. But these are so much fun. I really hope I inspired you to, you know, grab a booklet or something while you're traveling and take a little travel kit with you and do some gluing along the way. It's really simple. There's really minimal tools you need, just the scissors, your glue stick, some magazines or booklets from home, or you grab them along your travels. So it was just super fun to make, and I just loved it. I couldn't put it down. I just found myself going back to it more and more to, you know, finish it up, and it was just lovely. Really like it, and I've really had fun. So Thank you for watching, and hopefully I inspired you on your next trip. All right, thank you so much for watching my channel. Okay, bye-bye.